What's up, y'all? Um, I hope everybody's good. I wanted to drop this note because I just feel like it's important to say as I begin to really think about sort of the shape of my work and like what I do and when I do it and how I do it, and always wanting to be transparent about that process with you all, and honest, and to ask us to reflect in the places where I think it's useful for us to reflect. One of the things that I'm really, really clear about as I'm moving into a multitude of new projects and a multitude of new ways to, new things to do and new ways to do my work and to pass on this message of, radical self-love for every aspect of our being and how we build a world that is a reflection of that. One of the things that I want to be really honest about, and I just want to name, right, is that it's expensive to hire me. And, there was a time when I had a lot of shame about that. And there was a time when it just wasn't true because I was giving away my labor and my energy and my ashe out in the world because I undervalued myself. And one of the things that I'm no longer willing to do is to undervalue myself. And particularly inside of this system that will extract everything it can from me and give me as little back as possible. Historically, it gave me nothing back. Historically, it gave my ancestors nothing for the hundreds of years of labor that it extracted. And so I just want people to know that when you ask me to do something that involves me and my energy and my thought and my resource showing up on an individual level to your organization, to your place of work, to your whatever the thing is, it's going to be expensive. And so one of the reasons it's going to be expensive is because back pay, because reparations, because, my ancestors were not paid, were not compensated. And until this government moves forward with a reparations plan, I will be pricing back pay for the work it is that I do. The other reason why that is true is because I have always, and it is a value of mine, created a multitude of ways to have access to me, my thoughts, and my ideas at a multitude of price points, including absolutely motherfucking free. Right? And I think that's just really important, right? I don't ever want there to be a barrier to engaging, right? And there isn't, right? And so I share freely my ideas and my thoughts here. I write books who are in libraries that you can, you could buy and then give to a friend that, people do all kinds of things to get, right? That are at varying price points, $20, right? I have PDFs you can download for free. I have an entire website of years worth of articles about these ideas that I ran and sourced humans to talk about these things. That is absolutely free at thebodyisnotanapology.com. I host a weekly dance party where you could just come and kick it and dance with me for absolutely free. I do a multitude of things at a multitude of price points so that what it is that I desire to give to the world really is accessible to anybody. It really, really is. And if you would like me to sit down and write a speech and come and talk to your organization, it's going to be very, very expensive. And that's okay. And I'm worth it. Because when I tailor a message just for you, it's going to be for you. It's going to be for what's in your heart and in your spirit. Because that's what I'm there to give to you. Because that's what will have been channeled through me to give to you. In that kind of specificity. And I am worth the price that is. And I don't feel bad about that. But I do want to be clear about that. So please just know that. And I hope that is And what I would encourage you to do is to not let that be a deterrent. What I would encourage you to do is let that be a motivator. The same way that I talk about gathering the resources, right, that exists inside of our community and really amassing our resources so that we can move in the direction that we desire to. I mean that every place. So I'm also offering that y'all can GameStop me. If you want me, GameStop me. Go on ahead and find all the people who you desire to be in community with, and y'all put together your resources. You show up to the conversation with and I invite us to just do this for each other. So step one was, I got on here and I told you that I know my worth, that I actually understand my own personal value. And then I got on here and told you that I also desire to be in right relationship and to share these ideas. And so here are the ways in which you can access me in other ways. And then step 3, I invited us, you, right, to also know my worth. And then to know your worth and your power, and to go out and assemble the resources, because that's power. To go out and assemble the resources to get the things that we desire. To be in the collective so that we can have what it is that we want. So, I hope that that's a radical self lesson you're receiving. It's certainly one that was just on my heart right now. And I was like, let me say this to my community, because I want us all to operate like that. I want you to know exactly what you are worth, and I want you not to take one penny less. Not one. And I want you to recognize the places where you need to raise your price. Luvvie Ajayi said on Rachel Rogers' podcast, I got expensive. And I wonder how we can be with getting expensive, not in the sort of compulsory capitalistic way, but in the I understand the value of my time, and I understand the economic equation of the history in which I live. And the outcome of that math is a big number, and that's okay. And so I invite you too to get expensive in the areas where it is appropriate for you to get expensive. And I invite you to rally your resource, your community, to GameStop the shit out of what it is that you most desire for the collective. Yeah, we got this, right? As soon as we really realize who we are and how powerful we are. All right. Bye, y'all.